𝗪𝗐Houseplants.com, where I teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. If you'd like to support my show, check out the description box below for the many ways to do that. Today we have a plant care video for this lovely Tradescantia spathacea, commonly known as Moses-in-the-Cradle. This tropical beauty is striking, as you can see. It's native to Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala. It's known for its distinctive rosette growth pattern and for forming leaves that create a sort of cradle, hence its common name. Those leaves, generally speaking, are cradling flowers. And I'm getting a close-up here so you can see those flowers. You see the little white flowers in there that start out with purple blooms. See there, right there, the purple buds next to that white flower, and there's another one further down below as well. Really pretty plant, as mentioned. So how to keep this beautiful plant healthy and happy in your indoor garden? Moses-in-the-Cradle does best in bright, indirect light. It can tolerate direct morning sun or that of late afternoon, but avoid putting it in a window that gets intense midday sun. The best winter locations for this plant is either an eastern or northern facing window or under full spectrum lighting. Signs of insufficient light include leggy growth, fading of purple on the leaves, and a slowdown in growth overall. Signs of too much light include scorch marks on the leaves and crispy, curly leaf edges. Watering. Moses-in-the-Cradle prefers consistently moist soil, but avoid keeping the soil too moist as this plant is also susceptible to root rot if overwatered. Allow the top inch of soil to dry out between waterings. This plant is often okay with tap water, but if you begin to notice brown leaf tips and edges and everything else is fine in terms of your growing habits, then switch to filtered, reverse osmosis, rainwater, or distilled water. This is especially important if your tap water is hard or contains high levels of chlorine, fluoride, or chloramine. Fertilizing. Fertilize Moses-in-the-Cradle from spring through fall, monthly, with a well-balanced organic fertilizer designed for houseplants. This plant is susceptible to salts in the soil, and organic fertilizers are lower in salts than chemical fertilizers. Humidity. Since Moses-in-the-Cradle is a tropical plant, it prefers moderate to high humidity levels, ideally between 50 to 70%. Increase humidity by putting the plant on a pebble tray with water, misting the leaves on a regular basis, and grouping plants together as plants humidify each other. If the humidity is especially low, use a cool mist humidifier. I have a video on this topic on how to use a cool mist humidifier for your houseplants that I will link below, as well as any other videos I mention in this video. Another very helpful tool to determine humidity is a hygrometer. And the hygrometer will let you know the relative humidity in a room. It will also let you know the temperature in the room, which is the next category. For the temperature, Moses-in-the-Cradle thrives between 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, though the plant can tolerate brief periods outside this range. However, prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures will stress the plant and may damage it. Also, avoid drafty conditions, as this plant does not like that either, especially cold drafty conditions. Repotting. Repot Moses-in-the-Cradle in spring when it has surpassed my 2/3 to 1/3 ratio, which I have videos on as well. The 2/3, so you want 2/3 plant to 1/3 pot. If you the plant begins to outgrow the pot, it's going to look more like 3/4 plant on top and 1/4 pot below. Another sign that you need to repot is that roots are growing out of the drainage holes. When you pot up, Do so in no more than 1 pot size up or 1 to 2 inches larger. Use a high quality potting soil that retains moisture yet drains well. I'll put a link to my favorite potting soil for this plant and many houseplants in the description box. Of course, you also want a pot that has drainage holes. Terracotta and ceramic pots are often ideal for this plant as they allow excess moisture to quickly evaporate. So that helps you from overwatering the plant or keeping things too moist. Pruning. Tradescantia doesn't require much pruning. Simply remove spent leaves and flowers. Pests and diseases. Moses-in-the-Cradle is susceptible to root rot if the plant is overwatered. Pests are uncommon on this plant, but if weakened, it can succumb to spider mites, scale, and mealybugs. If you do find that the plant has pests growing the plant, you've got a problem somewhere, so determine where the problem is, get the plant back to health, and it will ward off pests and diseases. Propagation. Moses-in-the-Cradle can be propagated through division, stem cuttings, and leaf cuttings. So there you go, information on how to keep this beautiful plant happy and healthy in your indoor garden. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And please check the bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are released.